Reliability. It is a measure of the ability of a product, a part, a service, or an entire system to perform its intended function under a prescribed set of conditions. So, iba siya sa quality, which is, ang quality refers to how well done a function works. Pero sa reliability, it shows how well done a function works over a periods of time. For example, bumibili ka ng phone, tapos tigtetest mo yung mga features. Kumbaga, you prefer those feature na mas ang camera, mas malinaw ang camera kasi yun nga, gusto mo lang mag-Instagram, mag-take ng pictures, mag-photo post. Pero is it reliable ba, like long-lasting ba yung phone mo na to-purchase mo? Data, sure. So magkaiba ang quality and reliability. So sa reliability, we should consider these 5 factors. We have the probability, the intended function, the satisfactory, and the specific period of time, and specified conditions. So sa probability, like what I said a while ago, it is the probability kung most of the time nag-work ba siya or bihira lang. Siyempre ang pipilion mo si most of the time. Like kapag ginawa mo yun or tig-enable mo si function, ma-work talaga siya. So sa intended function, for example, to light, to cut, to rotate, or to heat. Like sa skincare or kunyari blackhead remover, syempre dapat to remove blackheads talagang intended function niya. Also, the satisfactory, kung very satisfactory ba or very kahanga-hanga ba yung effect or result ng function na yun. For example, like sa skincare, like kunyari nag-remove kang blackheads, does the product is very efficient to use? Like kunyari sa wrong drop lang ba na work na natanggal na yung blackheads mo, or it takes several steps pa to remove your blackheads. Then is the specific periods of time. Syempre, just like the satisfactory, kung long-lasting ba ang effects niya or result, or very short-term lang ang process niya, pero effective ang result or kumbaga for long-lasting periods of time. Also sa specified conditions, for example sa temperature, kunyari sa skincare, syempre there are times na di siya ma-work or ma-work siya but slightly lang, hindi yung total effect niya kasi depende lang sa weather. There are products na kumbaga designed for warm weathers like summer. There are products that are designed for winters or for cold weathers. So, failure used to describe a situation in which an item does not perform as intended. So, if those 5 characteristics are not met, or one of those 5 characteristics are not met, the probability, the intended function, the satisfactory, the specified period of time, and the specified condition, syempre hindi siya magkaka-failure yan. Kasi they nagtupad, nagbihira lang siya. For example, yan sa skincare, bihira lang mag-work or depende sa skin type lang ang nagwo-work yung blackhead remover. Sa intended function, di siya nag-remove. Pero let's say yung pores mo unclogged. Pero si blackheads di natanggal. Sa satisfactory or yun nga, sa satisfactory, kay puan pa ning lots of process pa para matanggal or lots of amount of kunyari lotion or blackhead remover to remove pa the blackheads. Just a specific period of time, kunyari syempre kung halaba ang process or kay puan pa magparahalat, syempre abo mo man kayan very inefficient man. Sa specified condition, syempre, you have to, comply kung saan siya mas effectively nagagamit. Kasi mareklamo ka man sa or hindi ka man nareklamo, but you have to know. Kasi kung hindi, magkaka-failure talaga. Yun nga, that's just like what I said, it should be, complied to the normal operating condition. This is the set of conditions under which an item's reliability is specified, can include load, temperature, and humidity ranges, as well as operating procedures and maintenance schedule. So here are the potential ways to improve reliability. Just in case na there are maraming failures na naganap dun sa design or sa function ng reliable na bagay na sana dapat. So, one is to improve component design. So, one for all. Kung ang kasalanan sa maliit na bagay ay kasalanan sa malaking bagay. Siyempre, para perfect, para hindi magka-failure, dapat yung mga components, yung mga parts, dapat ayusin mo. Like, ano bang mga necessary dapat? If hindi siya na-work or hindi siya na-meet, siyempre, wala. Magkaka-failure talaga. Twist it into, improve production and or assembly techniques. Sometimes, yung mga components natin, perfect na. Like, pero carry niya na mag-work, mag-work. But sa pag-assemble or sa pag-produce ng mga ganong bagay, sometimes nagkaka-occur ng problem. Like for example, sa lipstick ba? Like, dapat baga safe siya. Pero kumbaga baka may lead na kumbaga napunta sa lipstick or component dahil sa mali ng production. Kaya yan ng design. Third is to also improve testing kasi failed design will be passed if the test is not credible. Siyempre, sige lang siyang sige like pass ka lang, pass lang. Pero mali man si design. Siyempre, dapat sa testing, may problem sa testing. So, it needs to be improved. Use backups is the fourth. So, just like in decision making, we should have alternatives kasi talagang may mga bagay na hindi talaga perfect here sa mundo. So, yun nga, you have to use backups para hindi na lumaki yung result, hindi na lumaki yung outcome, yung bad outcome ng service design. 5 is to improve preventive maintenance procedures. Just like those na also may backup on how it produces, on how it functions. Syempre dapat may preventive maintenance procedures na to be followed up just in case na ang failure mangyari. So for example, sa smoke detector. Just like yung sinabi sa libro, hindi siya sometimes hindi sa intended use, hindi nanggagana talaga. Dapat, like for example, may fire extinguisher or other preventive measures like alarm, yung press the button na alarm, para hindi na lumaki yung bad outcome ng design. 6 is to improve user education. Siyempre, yung gumagamit ng design or nag-handle nun, dapat alam niya kung anong ginagawa niya. Like, alam niya kung how to use it and how to fix the problems na nag-occur. Then, sa 7 is to improve system design. This includes the flow ng function, the overall function nga. Kasi, kumbaga, like I said in the improved component design, kumbaga, na-perfect na siya. Dapat, the overall process is also satisfactory to that level, rather.
Hello everyone, I'm ZMA Laureta and I'm going to talk about another design consideration, which is the degree of newness. So, product or service design change can be a modification of an existing product or service, an expansion of an existing product line or service offering, a clone of a competitor's product or service, or maybe a new product or service. So let's start from modification of an existing product or service. So dito, hindi talaga siya bagong product. Parang may dinagdag lang para may improvement sa existing product. For example, yung iPhone. Kaka-release lang ng bagong iPhone last September, I think, yung iPhone 13. So, kada year, nagre-release talaga sila ng new model, and yung iPhone 13, kung i-compare siya sa iPhone 12, mas mabilis yung processor niya, mas matagal din yung battery life niya, meron additional features sa camera, and dual SIM supported na rin siya. And yung storage na rin is better compare sa iPhone 12. Although, mas mahal din siya when it comes to the price. And also, may modify rin sila sa colors ng phone. Kaya, ganun talaga. Na-attract yung customers. Syempre, lalo na yung mga rich kasi may new features. So, yun. Parang strategy talaga siya ng mga company. So, clear naman siya, hindi na bago sa atin yung updates ng product every year. Kasi, laging may modifications niyan ang company. And yes, halos saan natin yan makikita kasi hindi lang sa field ng technology, almost lahat ng industry ko na consider ang modifications for the consumer to have variety of choices. So next, an expansion of an existing product line or service offering. So ano ba yung product line extension? So it is when a company creates a new product in the same line of an existing brand. So basically, may existing brand na and gagawa yung company ng bagong product pero same product line pa rin. Like, extend lang talaga nila yung extend in a way na may dinagdag na new product. So, yung strategy nila for an extension, pwedeng iibahin yung color or size, or kaya may iniba sa ingredients, or pwede rin may naisip sila na ibang flavor, parang ganun. And hindi lang yan, syempre, may iba pang strategy. Depende sa product or service ng company or ng iba't ibang industry. So, the company is marketing the value and quality of the existing product line to introduce more choices to consumers. For example, when a soft drink company offers a new flavor of soda. So, dito ang soft drink company ay Coca-Cola company. So, madali lang maipakita yung product line. Yung sa Coca-Cola, ang pinakauna niya is yung original talaga na flavor na tinatawag nila. And meron na rin yung Coke Zero. And meron sila inintroduce na Diet Coke. So, ito yung another option ng customer na inumin. And sinasabi rin nila na mas healthy daw ito compared dun sa regular or original na Coke. Kasi pag sinabing Diet Coke, wala siyang calories, sugar, or fat. Kaya parang na-attract din yung ibang health conscious dito. Pero may research about dito na may chance na magka-type 2 diabetes ka kung daily yung pag-inom. Anyway, that's another story. So yun, the new product needs to be on the market while the existing product are still offered to be considered a line extension. So mako-consider lang na siya na product line extension kung yung new product and existing product is at the same time nasa market. So, next, clone of a competitor's product or service. I think ito yung part na sinasabi nila na good competition between sellers. So, competition siya kasi kahit sinong sellers or kahit sinong may balak na magtayo ng business, pwedeng magaya yung idea mo, lalo na kung ang daming customer ang na-attract dito. Kaya di talaga siya maiiwasan. Nasa sa inyo na lang yan kung paano yung strategy nyo para i-promote yung business in a unique way. For example, familiar naman ata lahat sa McDo and Jollibee. So, yung Jollibee and McDo, mapapansin natin na may mga areas na halos magkatabi lang sila. And the thing is, almost same sila ng products and service na in-offer, like yung fries, burgers, spaghetti, ice cream. Both McDo and Jollibee meron yan. Pero sa lasa, for me, may difference sila kahit papano. So, as I said, may kanya-kisa ng strategy kung paano maging unique. Like Jollibee, meron silang palabok na ino-offer na wala ang McDo. So, yun, for a clone of a competitor's product or service, kahit almost same na ino-offer, never yan magiging exactly the same. I mean, unless, example, meron siyang exact ingredients mo. Pero yun na nga, kahit almost same yung ino-offer, sa quality sila posibleng magkaiba. So last, a new product or service companies have often been guilty of using the word new in conjunction with some questionable products. Kasi nasa world tayo kung saan mas binibigyan natin ng pansin ang innovation. So ano nga ba yung pagkakaiba ng innovation sa invention? So invention can be defined as the creation of a product or introduction of a process for the first time. Innovation, on the other hand, occurs if someone improves on or makes a significant contribution to an existing product or process or services. So, sa madaling salita, yung invention, as in bago siya, di pa siya nag-e-exist, wala pang nakaka-discover. And yung innovation naman, parang may modification lang na ginawa sa existing products. Or like, gagawa ka ng product, pero may basis ka na, like may guide ka na para mabuo siya. So at this present time, parang wala akong mahanap na pwedeng gawing example for invention kasi mostly ang nakapaligid talaga sa atin is yung more on innovation. So yung ano na lang, invention of the telephone. Ito yung isa sa start kung paano naging madali yung communication around year 1870s or 1880s. I think since na-invent yung telephone around 1876. So, masasabi rito na new product siya kasi ito yung consider na first invention ng telephone. And di pa siya nag-exist noon. And this is invented pala by Graham Bell. I think familiar kayo sa kanya since na-mention siya nung high school. So, it is important to understand the concept of new in a new product since there is a sufficient evidence that suggests that each separate category of newness may require a different marketing strategy. So, next, so degree of change affects the newness to the organization and to the market. For the organization, ibig sabihin ng low level of newness is it is a fairly quick and easy transition to producing the new product. And yung sa high level of newness naman is that it is a slower and more difficult and therefore more costly transition. So dito yung degree of change na apektuhan yung newness sa organization in a way na kapag konti lang yung modifications, yung binago, dinagdag, or binawas, mababa lang din yung level of newness. So, depende siya dun sa nagawang pagbabago. Since light lang naman, mas madali and madali rin yung pag-produce nila ng product kasi meron na silang existing way or like basis to produce it. Like halos same process na lang din and madali na lang nila malalaman kung saang part mag-a-adjust. And kapag marami naman, mas mabagal and mahirap. Kaya medyo costly yung transition para makaproduce ng new product. So, vice versa ng low level, since more changes, tumataas din yung level niya kasi kahit nag-exist na siya, parang may mga additional na process na dapat gawin ang organization. Kasi kaya pagdating sa prototyping, marami silang test na ina-undergo kasi yung new product nga, maraming changes. So, yung next naman yung degree of change na nakaka-affect din sa market. So, level of newness means a little difficulty with market acceptance but possibly low profit potential. And yung high level of newness means more difficulty with acceptance or it might mean a rapid gain in market share with a high potential for profits. So, almost same lang dun sa organization na explanation pero dito, kinoconsider na yung market acceptance. Yung organization, kahit na mababa yung profit potential ng low level of newness, ginagamit pa rin nila itong strategy para ma-maintain yung market share. Yung sa high level naman, ang sabi, there is no way around this issue kasi mas importante na maging maingat dun sa pag-assess ng risk and potential benefits of any design change. Like, lagi dapat i-consider yung needs and wants ng customer since nakadepende sa kanila yung success ng bagong mga ini-introduce na product. So, note to remember before ending this. So, usually the core product or service remains relatively unchanged even though other features are modified or enhanced. Most of the time, what is called product or service design is actually a redesign of an existing product or service. So, thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Andrea Isabel Ocfemia, and I will be reporting the quality function deployment. So the quality function deployment, or in short QFD, is the voice of the customer into both product and service development process. So it is known as the voice of the customers because its central feature is to listen and understand the customer. Once you listen and understand to the customer, you can satisfy their customer requirements. So ano nga ba itong customer requirements? These customer requirements are the general statements of the customer's needs and wants to your products. So for example, yung sa parol, an example of customer requirement is that more variety of colors of the light. Pwede din naman sa about laptop, more storage for files and applications to download. So next, it is based on matrices. So it highlights the process in meeting the specifications. The QFD is based on matrices so that designers can easily know what features they need to focus on and what must be improved. Since ang information nasa isang diagram or matrix na lang, mas mapapadali ito sa designers to identify the features that they need to focus on. So in here, you can see the main component of the quality function deployment matrix. So it consists of the customer requirements, the importance to customer, the technical requirements, and the relationship matrix. The customer requirements must relate to its technical requirements. So the QFD matrix is often referred to as the house of quality matrix. So tinawag siya na house of quality because it has a house-like appearance matrix. In the previous slide, you only saw what is the main component of the matrix. Now, this is what the whole structure of the matrix looks like. So it consists of the correlation matrix, design requirements, competitive assessment, specifications, or target values. So these additional features that are included in the matrix helps designers to specifically know what features they need to focus on. So in the next slide, you can see the different parts of the house of the quality matrix. So there are 9 parts of the house of the quality matrix, namely the customer requirements, technical requirements, relationship matrix, importance to customer, correlational matrix, competitive evaluation, technical evaluations, target values, and the importance weightings. To understand more the parts of the house of quality matrix, we refer to the next slide. So this is an example of the detailed house of quality matrix. Ang example of data na ginamit dito is about the customer who is a commercial printer and the business that supplies the paper. So let's start first with the customer requirements. So the customer requirements are located in the left part of the figure or the matrix. So it consists of paper will not tear, consistent finish, no ink bleed, and prints clearly. So sabi natin kanina, ang customer requirements ay yung mga general statements of the customer's needs and wants to your products. Next, we have the technical requirements. So the technical requirements are found at the top part of the matrix. So it is written vertically as you can see. So ang technical requirements, it is aligned to the customer requirements. For example, yung paper will not tear. So what technical requirement ang pwede so that yung customer requirement na paper will not tear will be satisfied? Ang pwedeng technical requirement is that paper width. So pag mas makapal ang paper, pwedeng hindi na mapunit yung paper. So technical requirements are also general statements like customer requirements. So now we proceed to this part of the matrix. Itong may white part sa middle. So this is called as the relationship matrix. As you can see, meron tatlong shapes dito. We have the triangle, the circle, and the circles with dots. So this represents values that we can see here. So pag My circles with dot, it represents a strong relationship which equals to 9. Yung circle which is a medium relationship which equals to 3, and the triangle which is a small relationship which equals to 1. The highest positive relationship is the strong relationship which is equals to 9. So etong kind of relationship is what the designers look into and focus on because these are the ones that satisfy the customer's needs. So now we proceed to the importance to customers. So this signifies the values that designers of the product will take into consideration and focus more. So gaano kahalaga sa customers yung mga needs and wants nila to your products. So the highest value that can be given is 3. So dito, ang mga designers, they just make assumption of these values. Next, we proceed to this part. So, etong part na to is called as the correlational matrix. So, sabi nga, this is the roof of the matrix since siya yung nasa topmost part of the matrix. So, there are 4 correlations. We have the strong positive, negative, and strong negative. These correlations help the designers to know how the design requirements interact with each other. So if kunyari itong paper thickness and roll roundedness, they have a strong negative correlation. With this, ang designers need to know what solutions they need to make or how will they overcome these negative correlations. So designers considers these correlations, especially the negative ones, because they must find ways on how they must overcome this. So we proceed to the competitive evaluation. The competitive evaluation is located here in the rightmost part of the matrix. So this refers to the performance of the business in terms of the customer requirements in comparison with its competitors. So for example, X is us, yung A and B are our competitors. The highest value that can be given is 5. So these values came from customer surveys and customer feedbacks. So dito, we can see that sa first customer requirement, which is paper will not tear, 1 ang na-evaluate sa atin, meaning customers are not satisfied with this customer requirement. While yung A and B ranges from 2 to 3, meaning mas satisfied sila compared sa atin in terms of this customer requirement. So itong line na makikita nyo that are connecting to the X, this is the flow of the performance of the business. Now we are left with 3 remaining parts at the bottom of the figure. We have the importance weighting, the target values, and the technical evaluation. We proceed first to the technical evaluation. Technical evaluation is just like the competitive evaluation. Pero sa technical evaluation, ang ina-evaluate na is or are the technical requirements. So ang highest value din dito or highest evaluation value is 5 while the lowest is 1. Next, we proceed to the target values. These are just technical specifications and terms in the matrix. And lastly, we have the importance weighting. You can see values like 3, 27, 36, 36, 37, and 9. So where do these values came from? First, we have a computation. Ang computation dito is relationship times the importance to customer. So, ito, for example, itong value na 27. Since ang circle na shape is equal to a medium relationship and 3 ang value niya, we multiply it to the importance to customer na 3. So, 3 times 3 equals 9. We do the same for the second shape. Etong may circle with that. So this signifies a strong relationship that equals to 9. So 9 times the importance to customer of 2, 18. So after adding 9 plus 18, we get the value or the importance weighting of 27. So ang importance weighting, these are just the some of the values assigned to the relationships.
Good day, everyone. I am Kenneth Ivan Rico, and in this part, we will be discussing about the Kano model. The Kano model is a theory of product and service design developed by Dr. Noriaki Kano. He is a Japanese professor. His model provides insights into the attributes that are perceived to be important to the customers. In simple terms, Kano model is a guide which helps the producers in knowing the things that are considered requirements relating to the product which will serve or magdadala ng satisfaction sa mga customers. Kano points out two aspects in his theory. First is the customer satisfaction, and the second one is the quality. First, the customer satisfaction. It is one of the producer's goal in conducting a product and service design. Ito yung isang bagay na tumutulong sa company or sa business para mabenta ang mga products which they are selling in the market. Kasi once the product ay may high customer satisfaction rate, ang tendency nun is maraming customer ang pwedeng bumili ng product na yun na binibenta nila. Example is sa mga online shops. Lahat naman ata tayo ay nakapag-order na or bili sa mga online shops like Shopee or Lazada. 'Di ba pag bumibili tayo doon, mas prefer natin ang mga product na may more star rate. It is the same with the customer satisfaction. Mas mataas na customer satisfaction rate, mas madaming buyer ang pwedeng bumili nung product na yon. The second thing or aspect na pinoint out ni Kano, Dr. Kano, is the quality or the overall quality ng product. In a buyer's perspective, ito yung isang bagay na nagbibigay sa atin ng urge para bilhin or kunin yung product. Kasi when the product have a higher quality or a better quality, using that product will also eventually serve us well. Mas madami din kasing mga buyer na nagbe-base talaga sa quality ng product. Well, lahat naman tayo guilty dito. Kahit paanong ganda ng design ng isang product, mas pipiliin pa din natin ang mas better ang quality na product. Halimbawa is kung papapiliin ka ng magulang mo ng damit na ibibili sa'yo, kung yung manipis na tela o yung cotton ang texture na makapal. Obviously, mas pipiliin mo ang may mas better na quality doon. Now, to further discuss this, Noriaki Kano provided us with the three definitions of quality, namely, the basic, the performance, and the excitement. The first one is the basic quality. As the term suggests, basic quality. Ito yung mga requirements or characteristic ng isang produkto na dapat ay nakapaloob or present sa product. Kasi, dalawa lang ang possible result ng definition na ito. Kapag wala yung characteristic or part na yon, it will bring dissatisfaction to the customer. Kapag naman nakapaloob yung product parts, characteristic or requirements na yon, magre-resulta yun sa satisfaction ng customer. Halimbawa is isang appliance sa bahay natin like rice cooker. If the cord is masyadong maiksi, ang tendency nun is dissatisfaction sa customer. Dahil unang-una, magbibigay pa siya ng effort on where to put the appliance. Kasi nga, maiksi yung cord. Para maexaksak sa isang outlet. Kapag too much length naman, not that it will dissatisfy the customer, but it will be hassle to them in some ways. Lalo na kung baka may matamaan pang baso or plato, tas mapasa si baso or plato. Dahil sa haba ng cord. Kaya, in simple manner, this definition suggests that only the customer requirements na may nakapaloob the basic quality ay magbibigay ng satisfaction sa mga customer na yun. The second definition is the performance quality. Ito yung mga customer requirements na related sa kung paano mag-function ang isang produkto. Ito yung mga requirements ng mga produkto na kapag yung mga produkto na yon ay may mataas na quality or mas better ang performance, mas mataas din ang chance na it will receive a higher satisfaction from the customer. An example is the time of usage or longevity ng isang product. Like ilaw. Mas prefer ng mga customer na bumili ng ilaw kapag yung duration ng service niya is matagal. May mga nakalaag baga kaya yan duman sa box kang ilaw so that pwede nila itong gamiton in an extended period of time. Kasi mas efficient and mas tipid nga naman. Kung ang ilaw na bibili natin sa mga bahay natin is matagal ang gamit. And on the other hand, kung yung ilaw naman na nabili mo is di ganon ka-productive or di maganda ang performance, automatically, it will not satisfy the customer. And possible na it may also dissatisfy them. Kaya, key points igdi is sa performance quality, mas mataas na or effective na performance or functionality, mas mataas rin na satisfaction galing sa customer. Last definition of quality is the excitement quality. Ito yung definition ng product na will not dissatisfy the customer kahit pa naandun yung qualities na yun or wala. Halimbawa, kapag babakal kitang mga produkto like mga gadgets, commonly cellphone, may previous na earphones or minsan phone case. Tas sa laptop man, minsan may libre na flash drive. Ito yung mga bagay na kapag meron or naibigay is mas nasasatisfy ang mga customer kasi nga pwede pa ninda itong magamit in other events. Pero kung mayo man or di siya present, it will not affect them kasi di man talaga to part kang mga binakal ninda. It is only just a previous para mapataas yung satisfaction ng customer sa product na ibinebenta nung seller. Ito yung model na binigay or dinevelop ni Dr. Noriaki Kano. Para i-explain ito, sa x-axis, naka-indicate dyan na kung yung product requirements is na-provide or hindi. Tapos sa y-axis naman, yan yung respond ng customer whether na-satisfy sila or hindi. The first is the basic qualities. Yan yung curve arrow on the lower part ng model. Diyan naka-indicate or nakalagay na kapag fulfilled yung product requirements, naka-elevate siya. So meaning, mas satisfy ang customer. But kung dae siya fulfilled sa kabila, sa other part ng arrow, nasa lower part. So, tendency is dissatisfaction ang respond ng customer sa product na ibinibenta nyo. Tapos, sa second arrow naman, that describes the performance quality. Yan yung straight arrow sa model. Kapag yan din ay same sa basic quality. Kapag yung product is mas better ang performance, gaya ng example ko kanina, yung about sa longevity ng isang product or yung usage, is mas mataas din ang customer satisfaction na makukuha ng seller galing sa customer. And lastly, yung excitement quality. Or in other words, ito yung mga delighters. As I have said before na kapag wala ang quality na to, di makaka-dissatisfy sa customer. Kasi nga, in the first place, di naman talaga yun part ng product na bibilhin mo. Way lang talaga yun ng mga seller para mabili yung product and para makakuha ng much more satisfaction rate sa mga customer. Kasi, a higher satisfaction rate means possible na mas madami ang customer na bibili ng products na ibinebenta mo sa market. That is the thing which is given to us by Kano model, which is developed by Noriaki Kano.
So again, I'm Zia May Laureta, and for now, I'm going to discuss the phases in product design and development. So we have here feasibility analysis, product specifications, process specifications, prototype development, design review, market test, product introduction, and follow-up evaluation. So let's start from feasibility analysis. From what I know, ito yung una na gagawin after makapag-generate ng ideas. So pag sinabing feasibility analysis, ito yung parang magkakandak ka ng research for the product na gusto mong i-produce. So meron dito yung market analysis na kung saan nakafocus dun sa demand ng product. Parang dito hahanap ka ng target group or maybe target location na kung saan papatok siya sa needs and wants ng mga customers. For example, nalaman mo na wala palang bigasan sa lugar nyo and halos dumarayo pa sa ibang lugar yung mga tao sa community para lang makabili. So, ikaw na balak magtayo ng business, kinonsider mo yung bigasan kasi wala sa community nyo and need siya sa daily life ng tao. Kaya naisipan mong itry. And based sa na-research mo, halos same experience na parang need talaga ng bigasan sa inyo, kaya high demand siya. So for sure, sa'yo na lang bibili ang mga tao sa community mo. And since ikaw pa lang ang una, mataas yung magiging kita mo niyan. Kasi wala ka pang kompetensya. Kasali rin dito yung economic analysis. Ito parang forecasting siya nung cost of development and production. So, parang sa business plan, ito yung part na i-compute mo yung mga expected costs expected costs habang dinedevelop and ipoproduce yung product. So, example yung sa bigasan. And ikaw, may kilala ka na friend na ang business ay rice production. Pwede siya na yung magiging supplier mo. Kaya, mag-uusap about kung paano yung cost doon sa mismong rice, yung sa delivery, ganyan. Basta halos lahat ng gagastusin mo and yung ilalabas mo na pera, i-compute mo para malaman mo kung potential ba na magka-profit ka rito and kung maliit ba or malaki. So, dito pa lang, magde-decide ka na to continue or maghanap na lang ng bago. Kaya, pinaka-crucial din itong phase na to. And meron din dito yung technical analysis, pero more on capacity requirements and availability naman. Ito. And yung mga skills na kailangan. So, yun. Importante rin pala rito na masagot yung question na, does it fit with the mission? Like, yung reason mo sa pagpatayo ng business. So, in case dun sa bigasan na para meron ng bigasan sa community. And di na masyado hassle mag-travel yung members of the community just to buy rice. So, sabi rin, kung sa company, it requires collaboration among marketing, finance, accounting, engineering, and operations. Like, eto kapag medyo malaki na yung business, parang sa company kasi ito. So, pero since small business muna sila, na-start pa lang yung business mo, meron ka pa rin naman i-consult para sa business mo. So, next, product specifications. So, this involves detailed descriptions of what is needed to meet or exceed the customer wants. This include a profile of the product characteristics as defined by the consumer, the structure and composition, safety factors, convenience, and aesthetics. So, yung product specification naman, yung sa interest pa rin ng customer. Dun sa bigasan na business, need mo alamin kung gaano ba karami, like ilang kilo for the week or month, yung iaangkat mo. And kung anong klaseng bigas yung ibibenta mo na gusto ng mga nasa community. need mo rin i-ensure na safe ang binebenta mo. So, need na meron kang certificate na galing sa BIR, yung mga ganyan. So, yun. Pag sa company naman, it requires collaboration between legal, marketing, and operations. So, next. Once product specifications have been set, so our attentions now turns to specifications for the process that will be needed to produce the product. So alternatives must be weighed in terms of cost, availability of resources, profit potential, and quality. It also indicates the manufacturing, processing, and storage variables and their effects on the product qualities. So yun, parang na-mention ko na to dun sa feasibility analysis din. Like yung process mo from the start na inasikaso mo yung business, yung pag-alam mo sa target group, kung kikita ka ba, saan ka kukuha ng supplies, saan yung storage mo, parang ganun. And kung may company, it involves collaboration between accounting and operations. Next, with product and process specifications complete, one or a few units are made to see if there are any problems with the product or process specifications. So, dito na yung prototyping. So, yung goal ng prototyping is makagawa ng finished product na gagamitin as sample for mass production. Kasi it's unlikely na you will get to your finished product in a single attempt. So, prototyping usually involves experimenting with several versions of your product, slowly eliminating options, and making improvements until you feel satisfied with the final sample. So, since ang rice na talaga siya, hindi na ito mag-undergo ng prototyping. So, another example will be yung sa restaurants naman, like pagluto ng carbonara. So, kahit na meron ka ng ingredients for the carbonara, kung first time mo mag-open ng business, for sure dumaan ka sa part na ilang beses ka nag-try magluto na to come up with the final ingredients. Siyempre, yung carbonara na i-offer mo, dapat unique siya sa panlasa ng tao. Like, ano yung difference niya from the other carbonara, from other restaurants, or like from homemade. So, you're gonna try to cook until you're satisfied with it. I mean, rather, your customers. So, possible na magluto ka na variety of carbonara and ipatry mo kung kanino para matulungan ka rin mag-decide. So, yun lang naman ang prototyping. It's more on testing the product you'd offer before introducing it to the market. Next, design review. So, at this stage, any necessary changes are made or the project is abandoned. Ito, more on decision-making lang naman to. Like, after mo mag-prototype, kung naging success pa siya, or like may konting adjustments pa. So, dito sa phase na to, i-review siya and mag-decide to continue or not with your proposed output. So, kung sa company, yung marketing, finance, engineering, design, and operations, nagko-collaborate sila para ma-determine kung magpo-proceed or i-abandon na nga. Next is market test. So, market test is used to determine the extent of consumer acceptance. If unsuccessful, the product returns to the design review phase. So, the test marketing is a tool used by the companies to check the viability of their new product or a marketing campaign before it is being launched in the market on a large scale. So, dito, di pa siya officially ini-introduce. Pero ito try na kung hiling ba ang consumers for the new product. Like, kung nagugustuhan nila yung concept. So, more on, parang i-advertise na nila. So, the market test is generally carried out to ascertain the probable market success in terms of new products performance, the level of acceptance of the product, customer satisfaction, and the efficiency of the marketing campaign. In company, this phase is handled by marketing. Next is product introduction. The new product is promoted. Kung sa market, mataas yung naging market acceptance, ibig sabihin ready na siya for the larger scale of consumers. Kaya ilalabas na sa market yung proposed product. After all those things you've encountered, you're now ready to face another challenge. Kasi hindi naman nagtatapos lahat sa pag-introduce ng product, lalo na if you're aiming for long-term business. And habang may business ka, you'll need this phase of product design and development to continuously improve your products that will satisfy your customers. Again, kung company, this phase is handled by marketing. So for the last phase, which is the follow-up evaluation, so dito, based on user feedback. So changes may be made or forecasts refined. This phase is actually handled by marketing. So laging may input ang customers mo, and as much as possible, you need to make a way to resolve their concerns or issues. It will be a win-win situation for you and the customer. So as long as there's a feedback from the customer and you always give them assurance or like yung need nila, then your business for sure can last for several years. But it is also important to take note of the other factors that will affect the business, kasi di naman sa customers lang umiikot lahat. So that's all. Again, the phases in product design and development are feasibility analysis, product specifications, process specifications, prototype development, design review, market test, product introduction, and follow-up evaluation. So thanks so much for listening. I hope you somehow learn from me, and I hope you understand what I was talking about. Feel free to ask questions if may hindi malinaw. Thank you.
So now we proceed to the designing for production. So in the next slide, you will see concepts about design techniques that are used for products and services. So these are mostly for goods rather than services, but it can also be of great help to service designs. So we proceed to the first design technique, which is concurrent engineering. So the purpose of concurrent engineering is to achieve that the product design reflects the wants of the customers and the manufacturing capabilities of the company. So it is also known as simultaneous development. Ang meaning pala ng concurrent is also the same as simultaneous, meaning done at the same time. Since all the works are done at the same time, it results to a lesser product development time. So since lahat ng minds gumagana at the same time, and walang nasasayang na oras. Pag walang nasasayang na oras, nagre-reduce din ang costs. So when this happens, productivity of the company increases. So for example ng simultaneous works, kunyari yung design team, they're already doing their job. Pwede na din mag-start ang marketing team to think of ways on how they will market the products. So for additional information, two famous companies that are using concurrent engineering are Intel and Canon. So because of the simultaneous development, they are bringing engineering design and manufacturing personnel together early in the design phase. So mas napapaga na lahat ng works kasi yun nga, simultaneous sila lahat. So traditionally, when we are done with our task, we pass it to other members of the team, and then it passes on to other teams. So this kind of practice is called as the over-the-wall approach. You can see in the picture na once yung industrial design is done, ipapasa niya na sa design engineering. But there is barrier, there is a wall. So nagkakaroon ng barrier because there is a little to none collaboration and communication between the teams, which creates a lot of conflicts in producing the product. So for example, sa paggawa ng parol, when one team is finished in its design, they will pass it to the manufacturing team. So once na-pass na nila, minsan wala na dyan communications nangyayari. And with that, there might be problems in the manufacturing. Yung minsan, designs does not reflect the manufactured products. So because of this over-the-wall approach, it contributed to the us versus them mentality. Na instead we form groups, we became divided. So because of this reason, and in order for us to avoid this, we use concurrent engineering. So here are now the advantages of concurrent engineering. The first advantage of concurrent engineering is that manufacturing personnel are able to identify production capabilities and capacities. So when the manufacturing personnel are knowledgeable of the production capabilities and capacities, there will be less conflicts in the business. So in concurrent engineering, they are assigned to what is suitable and what they are capable only. They do not do jobs that are beyond of their capabilities. Alam nila kung saan sila lulugar, and by that, it reduces conflicts between the production. So it reduces conflicts in the production. Next, it has a competitive advantage. So because of the reduction of time in concurrent engineering in making the product, it can be more competitive to others in the market. So in short, the lesser the product development time, the more it is competitive in the market. So if you're going to observe, yung mga products na lumalabas agad sa market are the ones that are competitive because mabilis sila maglabas, and mabilis sila maglabas because mabilis ang process nila to make those products. Next, design can be assessed early. So next, design can be assessed early. So when designs can be assessed early, it enhances productivity and serious problems in the production might not happen. Like nung sabi kanina, concurrent engineering brings the design and manufacturing phase as early. So because of that, designs can be assessed early, therefore it reduces the product development time and results to increase in productivity. So lastly, they emphasize on problem resolution instead of conflict resolution. So we define first what is a conflict and what is a problem. So conflict is a disagreement or a clash, while problem is a difficulty that needs to be dealt and resolved. So both are needed to be solved, but problem is the one that is important. In the business, there will always be disagreements between two or more persons and we cannot escape it kasi paulit-ulit lang siya. So since ang conflict between two or more persons na siya, it is lesser to be resolved. So mas importante ang problem kasi problem affects the whole. For example, may conflict lang between the two personnel or employees. So it will not affect really the whole company. While yung problem, kunyari, there is a problem in the machine. So maapektuhan yung manufacturing and yung company as a whole since pag hindi nakagawa ng products, walang ma-deliver, walang sales. So that is why they emphasize on problem resolution instead of conflict resolution. Aside from those advantages of concurrent engineering, we also encounter potential difficulties. So first, we have long-standing boundaries between design and manufacturing can be difficult to overcome. So sometimes yung designs na nagagawa ng mga designers are not reflected on the manufactured product. So minsan nagkakaproblema